Okay, so it seems like I have everyone has introduced themselves. That being the case, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you on board and allow me to read a few welcome remarks from my executive director, Martha, who could not be able to join us at this particular point in time before we kick off this session. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I hope this message finds you well. I am delighted to welcome you all to today's virtual training session on gender responsive pedagogy, and especially looking at the toolkit that will be used. First and foremost, thank you for taking the time to join us. Your presence here signifies a commitment to GRP, and we are excited to embark on this journey together. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the efforts of every one of you and all those who've worked behind the scenes to organize for this particular training. Their dedication and hard work have made this session a possibility. Not forgetting our partners, IICBA, UNICEF, and all the chapters whom we have collaboratively worked together to make sure that all our concerted efforts are geared towards making sure GRP is out there and we are training and teaching on GRP. Our objective today is to enhance our understanding on the GRP online toolkit and view its new features, because there are a couple of enhancements that have been done. As we navigate through the session, I encourage all of you to actively participate. Please feel free to ask any questions, share your thoughts, and engage in all manner of discussions. This is a collaborative learning environment, and your contributions will be invaluable in making sure that our online toolkit is as formidable as possible. To ensure a smooth and productive session, I'd like to mention a few housekeeping rules that we will perhaps take into consideration. Let's keep all our microphones muted if we are not speaking. We can use the chat function to post our questions or queries. There will be a dedicated Q&A segment towards the very end, where we can be able to address as many queries as possible. And in the event that you experience any technical hitches, we are on standby. Henuk and I will be on standby to support you. So once again, thank you for being here. And let's take this opportunity, make the most of this opportunity that we have to learn as much as possible about the online toolkit. And without further ado, allow me to say welcome again and all the very best with the session. Thank you. Having said that, please allow me to now, I think it will be the ideal opportunity to now hand over the session to Jose. Is that fine? Who will now just do a quick recap as we go to our agenda item number 2. That's reviewing of the online training system, which is actually practically what has brought us here. Jose?
Okay, thank you so much, Stanley.
Thank you.
I would like also to take this opportunity again to welcome on board all our participants. We have been with some of them in June during the previous online workshop. So we are welcome, and we are pleased to have you again on this training. Yes, as Enoch said, we will now move to the next session of this workshop, where we will do a review of the course. This review will consist in four steps. The first step will give a kind of background of this training, and after that, then we will compare, as you said, a new version of the course with the previous one that you already know, and then after that, we will go deep in the content to see exactly how it is structured. Let me display here a document that will guide this session. Give me 1 minute.
That's perfect. As Jose does that, I just want to do a quick check. I hope our Francophone participants' interpretation is working well for you. Just making sure no one is left behind in this conversation. So in case of any issues, please feel free to mention something on the chat. Thank you.
I don't know. Okay, thank you, Stanley. I don't know if you're able to see the document. Okay.
Yes, but please try and zoom in a little bit, maximize it a little bit so that I think, yeah, okay. Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay,
I hope the rest can be able to see.
Okay, for this background, I would like to ask our colleague, Jerusalem, if she is around to provide us with the background of this GRP training. Jerusalem?
Yes, Jose, I'm around. Yes, and thank you very much, Jose, and welcome to our participants. Maybe before we proceed to the online platform, it would be good to inform or to tell you what has been going on so far for the last 2-3 years in relation to the gender responsive pedagogy training. And in 2017, the UNESCO, IICBA, FAWE, and UNICEF, they came together and formed a team to revise the gender responsive pedagogy training guide that was developed or published in 2005 by FAWE. And training the material at that time focuses more on the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of teachers on addressing the issues of learners, in particular focus on girls. And in 2017, when we formed a team, we discussed that this training material has served for the last 10 years, and there was an issue of including more of the 21st century skills and also accommodating the changes in the education sector, especially the issue of sustainable development and gender equality. So within that in mind, we have reviewed the training guide, and before we review the training guide, we conducted a kind of impact assessment to see how the gender responsive pedagogy guide that was developed in 2005 by FAWE was used at the country level, what was the challenge, good practices, and lessons learned. So based on that, we revised the training guide, and from 2019 to 20, we have finalized the revision, the validation, as well as a first training that is a face-to-face training for 10 African countries: Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Malawi, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zimbabwe were the benefiting countries. And of course, Burkina Faso, one Francophone country, was part of the training. And then after that training and after the consultation with the countries, we had reached to an agreement that it will be a very good opportunity to train all the teachers, especially the in-service teachers, while they are on the job. So to do that, budget and some other resources were a challenge. So we came up with the idea of digitalization of these toolkits. So based on that, we have digitalized the toolkit, and IICBA Virtual Campus has hosted that one, and it was tested in 2022. And from 22 to 2023, we translated the module into French, and the French version of the online platform were also developed. And as some of you might be aware, you were in the training, on the online training that has happened from June 2026 to 29 in 2023. And then after that, we also developed a kind of self-paced platform, which we think is very important to reach all teachers at the country level, as well as to make sure that teachers or any of the school administrative officials can take the training whenever and wherever they want to take the training. So that the self-paced version of the GRP toolkit was also developed, and it's online. And now we are having this refresher training to make sure that to what level this platform is working, and how and where to register, and how to get these courses, and how to aware you, so that you better understand on how to use this self-paced training, and also for us to give us a feedback and how you find the platform, what went well, and what was the challenge, what is the challenge in the platform, and how to improve it. So this is basically the overall aim of this refresher training also. And this is a journey that we have come so far, and later on we will also discuss what will be the next steps. Then once we set up this self-paced platform, how are we going to use it is something that we will discuss later on. And thank you again for attending this meeting. Over to you, Josie.
Okay, thank you so much, Jerusalem. Thank you for these clear backgrounds of this of our GRP course that is currently available in French and in English. And you have also already provided some ideas about the next steps. I think that after this background, then we'll move to the next step of this review. That will be to see how to connect to this self-paced course. Okay, to do this, we have prepared the credentials that you will use to connect. And as some of you, many of you were together with us in June during the online workshop, the credentials should be the same. So we will not like you from your end to try to connect to the platform the same as you did last time, and then you will discover that you are now enrolled in this new version of the course. So the second activity of this session is for you participants using your credentials to connect to the course. I would like to ask Stanley to share the credentials in the chat, but most of you already have those credentials. They are the same that were used during the last session, but you share them again. And if there are some participants who don't have the credential, then we can quickly create them now. So the activity to do now for you is to try to connect to the platform.
Okay.
I don't know if we are clear.
I think it's clear, Jose. And what I'm doing now is just I'm trying to share those the document online so that in case, as Jose has mentioned, most of you already have your credentials, but either way, we are still sharing a list which you should be able to access current credentials. They are temporary credentials just for you to access the system now. So I'm just doing that right away as we speak.
Okay. You can share it in the chat.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to.
Please use the same credential that you used during the last training. And if you don't have the credential yet, maybe you can just have let us know, then we can create it right now, because it is the purpose of this session to support all of you to connect to the platform.
Okay. So let me quickly just try and share that. It's trying to load from OneDrive account. Once I share that, then a bit of time to load.
The way to connect is, as you can see here, just to remind it. As you can see on the screen, there's the link to the platform. Once you click the link, then you reach this page with a form, with a login form. There you write your login, that is your email, and then your password. If you remember from the last thing, we shared those information with you. But if you don't have it, Stanley is sharing it back again. And some participants have also updated their password. So if you have changed your password, use the new password you have entered in the system.
Okay. I am having to share this via email. My apologies, because it seems it doesn't want to allow me to upload.
I'm connected. Can you get me well?
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay. I can get you live. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I've pushed them out via email. Apologies for that, and I hope you have.
To all of them, right?
Yes, I have just sent to a group email. Please let me know if you have received. For those who still have their previous credentials, please use the same credentials as mentioned. Yeah.
From participants who don't have a credential at all.
Sorry?
There are questions from one of West Swatini focal point that they don't have credential.
Yeah. Like Fawe Swatini, for sure, they do not have credentials, that's for sure. So we can create credentials quickly for them, if possible. Yeah, because the whole idea behind the session is to make sure that we follow through.
Yes.
And we are able to see all the changes that have been made from the previous system to the current system. So I have sent an email. I hope you have received it with 2 attachments. One is Francophone, the other one is Anglophone. So you'll see a list of names and credentials there. If you do not see your name or you don't see your credentials,
type it in the chat and then we will create right now.
Please type it on the chat and we should be able to. Ndeye, I see your hand is up.
Oui, parce que moi, je ne fais pas partie du groupe de formateurs. Je suis entrée en tant que coordinatrice du FAO Sénégal. Donc, je ne suis pas dans le groupe, je n'ai pas d'identifiant. Je ne fais que suivre pour une mise à niveau. C'est pour ça que vous n'avez pas mon mail et que je n'ai pas reçu le mail aussi.
I didn't get that interpretation.
Jose, are you with us? Maybe to help us.
Please, for those who don't know how they, please type your name and your email address.
In French, Jose, please in French. Tell her in French so that.
Pour ceux qui n'ont pas les paramètres de connexion, c'est votre nom et l'adresse email dans le chat. C'est les 2 informations dont nous avons besoin pour créer le compte rapidement. C'est juste le nom. Voilà, très bien. Je vois Omar qui a entré son nom. Voilà, c'est bon. Donc, entrez juste le nom et l'adresse email, les 2 informations. C'est suffisant pour nous. Yes, Vera, please type your name and your email address in the chat, then we will use it to create your.
So as you're putting down your name and email address, please also check your email so that you can see whether you can get your credentials from the email I have just shared.
Yes. Those who were in the previous session already have their credentials there in the file that Stanley is sharing. So do not request for a new one.
Allô?
Oui.
Allô?
Et si moi j'étais dans la session précédente, mais je ne me rappelle pas de mon identifiant.
C'est dans le fichier que Stanley vient d'envoyer.
J'ai reçu un fichier tout à l'heure.
Oui.
C'est là-bas que je l'ai retrouvé mon identifiant.
Ok, donc essayez de vous connecter alors.
Ok.
Pour se connecter, il y a également la démarche dans le même fichier. Il y a un lien, vous cliquez et puis vous remplissez un formulaire, vous vous connectez.
Ok, d'accord. Merci.
Bonjour Stanley.
Bonjour.
Je n'ai pas reçu le fichier. Je viens d'envoyer mon adresse mail dans le chat.
Est-ce que vous étiez dans la dernière formation?
Oui, j'ai été formée.
Ok, c'est que vous avez...
Je l'ai oublié, le mot de passe.
Non, pas de problème. Dans le fichier que Stanley envoie là, vous le retrouverez.
Okay.
Où vous ne l'avez pas reçu?
Bonjour. Moi aussi, je n'ai pas mon identifiant. Je viens d'envoyer aussi mon mail sur le chat. J'ai été formée la première fois, mais je n'ai plus mes coordonnées. Merci.
Ok.
Mais regardez le mail que Stanley a
problem.
envoyé. Je vous en prie. Avant qu'on ne crée de nouveaux paramètres, regardez d'abord le mail que Stanley a envoyé. Oui.
Okay. So, Jose?
Yes, Stanley.
From what I'm seeing, and for us to be able to manage time, I think for the ones who've already sent their emails here, can we just quickly try and sort that out for them? The ones who've sent their names and email on the chat quickly, then we see whether we can be able to proceed. And as we proceed, we see how we can be able to get the rest onboarded as we proceed.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just create for the few who are already here. The rest, I think, on the two documents, there's one Francophone and another one Anglophone, which has usernames and passwords, which are temporary. And may I also add, I don't know, Jose, because these are temporary credentials. Yeah.
The one we are creating now?
No, the ones that we've just shared right now for them to be able to review.
Yes.
Because given what is there, is it a possibility that we allow them to use whatever credentials are there?
Sure.
Yeah.
If the person is not around, they can use it.
If the person is not in the meeting, you can use the credentials just for you to be able to maneuver, to see what it is that we are showing. Then we will make sure everyone at a later stage, everyone has their own credentials to be able to start off the course. Yeah, so that we don't take too much time trying to create credentials. Yes.
That's a good idea as well.
Okay, great. So please, if you do not see your credentials, please feel free to use any credentials that you find on the list there. By and large, we have created even extra credentials for people who are not part and parcel of the meeting now. But then we will make sure everyone has their own credentials at a later stage to be able to run through the course.
Bonjour encore. Des clarifications, je venais des clarifications.
Oui.
Voilà, j'ai vu mon nom sur la liste, il y a le mot de passe. Est-ce que c'est l'adresse mail qui est l'identifiant?
Justement, c'est l'adresse mail qui est l'identifiant.
Ok, d'accord, c'est bon.
Ok.
Merci.
Your username. Yeah. Okay. So then,
nous voulons donc faire une petite comparaison des... Du coup, bon, si vous voyez mon écran, je vais donc afficher le cours en anglais. Déjà, comme vous pouvez voir ici, quand vous connectez, vous êtes enregistré dans 4 cours. Bon, 4 cours, pourquoi? Parce que dans la deuxième version du cours, on a réorganisé les 12 unités en 2 cours différents. Donc, si vous voyez mon écran là, il y a une première partie du cours, pédagogie sensible aux genre, partie 1, enseignement et apprentissage, pédagogie sensible au genre, partie 2, violence basée sur le genre. So, I was saying that the course is structured in 2 parts. The first part is teaching and learning, which goes from unit 1 to unit 8. And the second part is gender-based violence, which goes from unit 9 to unit 12. Okay. Let me maybe present all this in the PowerPoint before we come back in the platform. In the PowerPoint, it gives this. In the document, what it gives this. Let me share it here. Okay, this is the comparison that I'm explaining. The previous course that we validated in June was organized this way. The 12 units were put in 12 pages. So each unit was put in 1 page. Then we had the 12 pages like this. You have the 12 units separated like this in 12 pages. In this new version of the course, we have divided the course in 2 parts. From unit 1 to unit 8 is 1 part that is called part 1, entitled teaching and learning. And from unit 9 till 12 it is put in part 2 of the course called gender-based violence. So we don't have 12 units or 12 pages. We have only 2 pages. The second difference is that in the previous course we have for each unit we had a video, formative assessment, audio, a PPT, forums, quiz, sentences, and open reflexive questions. Now, in the new course, you will see that we have only one interactive PPT that embeds slides with text, with graphics, with images, with links, with video and quizzes in only one activity. That is interactive PowerPoint. Another difference is that the previous course was designed for 70 hours, average of 70 hours. View the number of pages, the number of content that was embedded in that course. It was planned for about 17 hours. This new one is planned for 5 hours or more, or less, about, you can say about 5 hours. Another difference between the previous version and this version is that concerning now the validation of the course, in the previous course, each unit has a formative assessment and a summative assessment at the end. Graded, then the participant needs to have more than 80% in order to validate the assessment. And at the end of the 12 units, there was an assessment or final assessment. And that was the final assessment that had to get the certificates in that previous course. Now, for each part of for each of the 2 parts of the course, we have an assessment. For the first part, we have some formative assessments, and for the second part, we have formative assessment as well. And at the end, you have a final quiz. Now, concerning the certificates, the previous course had only 1 certificate at the end of the 12 units. And for this new one, as it is 2 parts, at the end of each part, you have a certificate. At the end of the first part, you have a certificate of completion of the first part of the course that goes from unit 1 to unit 8. And at the first of the second part, you have a certificate of achievement, meaning that you have achieved the 12 units of the course, even though it is in 2 parts. So those are the key changes that are in the course. So let me now go back in the platform for us to see it. Let me stop sharing this document and share now on the platform itself. Okay. Here we are in the platform. So as I was explaining, that now the course in French you have 2 parts. In English you have 2 parts. This is the English version. We have part 1, teaching and learning. You have part 2, gender-based violence. In the French version, we have part 1, enseignement et apprentissage. Part 2, violence basée sur le genre. Now let us see how part 1 is structured. You click on part 1, then you will see here the course. As I was saying, the course has only 1 activity. This is the PowerPoint that embeds everything. That embeds slides. You will find text in there. You will get images, graphics. You will get also videos are in there, and also you have the quizzes. I don't know if Stanley is willing. It's okay. Maybe he can try to present this activity to us, for us to see how it is structured and how we can navigate in the course using this activity. Stanley, can you do that part, please?
Okay, that's fine. Let me just
okay. Let me stop sharing my one here.
Okay. Good. So let me share my screen quickly. Okay. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So just what Jose was talking about, I guess I have just clicked on the dashboard I don't know whether I skipped the part where I should have, where Jose clicked. So I think we were looking at GRP, the first part, the teaching and learning session. So if I click on this, this is exactly where Jose had left off. And he was trying to demonstrate to us, if you're trying to access the course, where you should be able to click, which now under this part 1, you go to the gender responsive pedagogy, part 1, teaching and learning, where I'm highlighting with my cursor. If I click on that, clearly I can already see what is being demonstrated here. And what it tells me at the very bottom here, where I'm pointing at, there are 2 modes of how to view this particular module. So there's a preview mode and the normal mode. So just to mention, the preview mode allows you, if you click on the preview mode and then you enter, it allows you to be able to preview the entire course without your work being saved or without you being assessed. Yeah. So that's the first part about the preview mode. The normal mode, on the other hand, is when you're ready to take the course. If you want to take the course, now you can go into the normal mode and start the whole process where you're in the event that you cannot complete the course, but you want your work to be saved, your work will be saved and you can come back and proceed from where you left off. Then you can be able to finalize the course, finalize the assessment and get your certificate. So at this particular point, Jose, can I do a quick run through the normal mode?
Yes, please.
Okay. And so I'll just do a brief run on the normal mode so that you can see what is being presented. You see, because I had already initially gone into the normal mode, the message coming on screen is asking me if I want to resume where I left off, so I can say yes or no. Let me say no so that we can start off at the beginning. Let me share my...
Gender-based violence.
Okay.
Part 1 consists of 8 units and Part 2 has 4 units. You are now in Part 1 of the course.
Okay, so and on it goes. So gives that the
Course
acknowledgement.
overview.
Then
This
it gives
course
an
builds
overview.
on the gender-responsive pedagogy, a toolkit for teachers and schools which is provided through a collaborative project by UNESCO, IICBA, UNICEF, and FAWE. The course synthesizes the best practices from more recently developed and implemented gender-responsive pedagogy toolkits as well as research on gender equality and
So just to skip on that part where it mentions a lot of things, there's an option where if you want to maximize your screen, you see the 3 buttons at the bottom there, at the bottom right. So if you want to maximize your screen, if you want to replay a particular screen as well, you can be able to do this. And for those who here where it has an arrow written 1x, these are the speeds for the various speeds for you when you want to listen to the course. If you're listening to the course and you think it's a bit too slow for you, you can increase the pace of the course. Yeah. Then once you increase the pace of the course, you click on play and
gender-responsive education in the African context that has emerged.
Yeah. So I will not go
manual for the self-paced online course takers.
Sorry, I will not go clicking through all the buttons. I think, Jose, perhaps the participants are getting a grasp of what is going on already. So allow me, because I'm saying this, we have around 63 pages on this. So I won't go clicking on all pages. But let me just show...
Table of contents, Unit 1.
So these are all the modules or the courses that will be found under this particular module. There are 12 units as initially mentioned by Jose. Well timed. And what we've tried to do is compress the timing of actually doing of doing all these particular units. As initially mentioned, the entire course initially was taking 17 hours, but now has been compressed to take a good 5 hours, which I think is a manageable time frame given our other commitments to do this. Yeah. Jose?
Yes, Ali.
Is it okay now? Can you take over?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for presenting the layout of this activity, which is the key activity of the new format of the course. Maybe
Okay.
I can, you can give me the hand.
Okay, let me just stop sharing.
Then we can go through only module 1, unit 1 and 2, for them to have a clear overview of.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Stanley. So let us now proceed and go directly to unit, maybe unit 1. Okay, I think here where Stanley picked, then he went to more normal mode. Let us also go there. Stanley, yes, the same thing as I was already working on it. I can choose to either to resume my work or to start. Let us not resume. Now, as Stanley explained, if I want to maximize my screen, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Jose.
Okay, let us do as Stanley did, maximizing our screen. Okay, put it this way. Okay, he explained all this. No need to come back on it. Maybe just to show that here we have the outline of the course. So all the 63 pages, you can access them directly from here by scrolling like this. You can go directly on the specific slide. You also have, let us go back, please. Here also I have this tool. If I want to highlight something in the document, I can then take this tool, and maybe I want to highlight this part, something like this. Then I highlight it. When I will come back to it, I can see that I have highlighted this part. You see, it is highlighted. Now, this is the acknowledgement part of the course. I just presented. Are you able to hear the sound from my computer? Are you able to hear the sound from my computer?
Jose, we can hear, but it's a bit distorted. I guess maybe it's just a connection issue.
Okay, so here from this link, let us. From this link, you can download the toolkit. This is the toolkit. Okay, here it is the explanation of the course. Here is the table of contents. These parts contains unit 1 to 8. And here, then we are like in unit 1, the various parts of unit 1 that we can navigate on our own pace. And this is the objective. I can click next. Next again. Next again. Next again. Next one. Are we together? It's the same structure. You can see the objective. Can navigate. Can navigate. You can navigate. So we have everywhere we have text, we have graphics, and we have the voice and the graphic, which explains the content. The same format. This activity that you can ask the participants to do. Then they can share their reflections on those questions. Now, we are at the end of this section, and we have the questions. Here we have the questions for this unit 2. I'm very fast because the objective of this session, of this workshop, is not to go to teach the content of the training. You already know the content, but it's to show to you how to navigate using this new format of the course. That's the reason why we are not focusing on the content, but focusing only on the layout of the course. So when you read the end of unit 2, you have some assessment at the end, and then it says that please select true or false for the following statements. Gender is socially constructed and can change. I think that the answer is this is true. Then I click next. I submit my answer, and then the system will provide me the feedback that immediately. If my answer was wrong, the system will have corrected it as well. Then it said the correct answer, and it explains a bit. Here it says it shows whether the statement is true or false. Gender is the same as biological sex. Let us choose the wrong answer by saying true. This is the wrong answer, to see how the system will react to this wrong answer. Okay, the system say incorrect. You did not choose the correct answer. And then I can continue. Choose whether the statement is true or false. Human rights includes the right to education and the right to live free from discrimination based on gender, race, religion, socio-economic status, etc. Human rights includes, that's true. Then the system say it's correct, this statement is true, and then explain it as needed. Then I can continue to the fourth question of this, to the fourth and last question of this session, of this unit, pardon. Choose whether the statement is true or false. Gender discrimination exists in a vacuum and does not interact with other. This is false. Let us choose the wrong answer, true, and see how the system reacts. It's incorrect. But whatever the answers, the system will not prevent us from moving to the next session, to the next unit. Then once we go through the questions and the system gives us the right answer, then it allows us to move to the next unit. If we did not take those questions, we will not be able to move to the next unit. So when we move to the next unit, the system assumes that we have acquired the knowledge necessary for the previous unit, and then you can move to the next one. By clicking continue, then it takes us to additional resources for each unit. At the end of the unit, we have the quiz and the additional resources that you can just click the link and access those resources online. And after the additional resources for the unit, then we will move to the next unit. And we will find that it is about the same structure. Effective. You see. Non, c'est précis les songs, n'est-ce pas? Je vous en prie. Hein? Voilà. Vous m'entendez? Allô, Priscilla?
Oui, c'est bon maintenant. C'est bon, merci. J'arrive à accéder. C'est bon. Okay, j'arrive à accéder maintenant, merci.
Okay, merci, Priscilla. Okay, any other issue? Bon, if there's no more issue at this stage, maybe we can move to the second part of the course and see how that one is structured.
Yeah.
Allô? Oui, j'ai des soucis là.
Oui.
Je suis déjà connectée.
D'accord,
j'ai cliqué sur le tableau de bord. On m'a ouvert une fenêtre formation sur les éducateurs. J'ai vu la première partie, mais pédagogie sensible aux gens.
Ok. Ah, ok. C'est bon, j'ai compris.
D'accord.
C'est bon. C'est bon. Merci beaucoup. J'ai compris.
Merci.
Ok, merci.
Allô?
On va le faire rapidement. Oui, Madame Betty.
Et je me suis reconnectée, mais le problème reste entier. Hein, parce que-
J'ai déjà compris. En regardant l'écran de Madame D, j'ai compris le problème. Ça va se résoudre rapidement.
Ok, d'accord.
Merci. Hello, sorry, I got disconnected for a while.
Sorry about that, Jose. That's fine. Emma, you've indicated that when you log in, you're seeing the English part. I think we can be able. Jose, can you let Emma and the rest of the Francophone participants know that
Okay.
there's an option to select language?
Okay.
English, because what Emma is indicating is that when she logs in, she's just seeing the English part, I think.
Okay, let me show them how to.
So I think you can just inform her that she can be able to select the French part.
From here, as Stan is saying, from here, if you display this list, you will see English.
Jose,
French.
maybe in French or language practice.
Ok. Donc, ici, au point supérieur droit, là, il y a le menu de langue, comme Stan est en train de dire. Donc, si vous cliquez dessus, vous verrez anglais, français, et puis vous sélectionnez français, alors. Là,
Pardonnez-moi, Stanley et José. Dans mon commentaire, c'est Emma Stella.
Ah, ok.
Dans mon commentaire, je disais que je suis connectée par les identifiants temporaires.
D'accord.
Alors, c'est bien écrit pédagogie sensible au genre, par exemple, en français. Mais quand je clique sur le lien, le contenu est en anglais. Et je disais que j'aurais peut-être un meilleur commentaire quand je serais connectée par ma session personnelle, parce que je comprends que, comme c'est les identifiants temporaires, peut-être que quelque chose. J'ai bien cliqué sur français, ça me met les titres en français, mais quand je clique sur le contenu demeure en anglais. C'est ce que je disais.
Ah, ok.
Voilà.
Regardez un peu. On est là, donc c'est ça. Partie 1, enseignement et apprentissage, c'est ça?
Oui.
Je clique dessus. Je vois là, enseignement et apprentissage, c'est ça?
Oui.
Maintenant, on clique là. Donc, je vois encore là, enseignement et apprentissage. Maintenant, quand je vais là, je vois là, ça?
Oui.
Apparemment, c'est bon.
Mais chez moi, c'est en anglais. Je peux partager l'écran. Chez moi, c'est en anglais.
Bon, ok, allez-y, il n'y a pas de problème. On est là pour ça. C'est des choses qu'on nous permet de corriger avant qu'on ne passe à l'échelle, bien sûr.
Qu'est-ce que je fais? Je partage l'écran, vous voulez?
Oui, allez-y. J'ai arrêté mon partage pour que vous puissiez partager.
D'accord. Alors.
Hi, excuse me. Are we supposed to go through the part 1 only? The whole course for part 1?
We move to part 2 in a while, please. Let us try to fix those issues. Huh?
Okay. All right.
Est-ce que le commentaire, c'est pour que j'arrête le partage ou qu'est-ce que...
Non, allez-y. C'est pour ça qu'on est là.
Ok, d'accord. Donc là, vous avez mon écran.
Ça se voit bien.
Et comme tu peux... pardonne-moi, je te tutoie, hein, José.
Non, il n'y a pas de souci, c'est là, vas-y. Ça, c'est le cours en anglais. Là, tu es sur le cours en anglais.
Attends, je repars dans ma partie francophone.
Voilà, je vois la pédagogie sensible aux gens en bas. En bas, je vois.
Tu
en
vois,
bas, là.
tu vois?
Oui, voilà.
Alors, par exemple. Mais c'est la même page et pourtant, ici.
C'est normal, il n'y a pas de problème. Descends,
Voilà.
oui, voilà.
Donc,
Partie
je
1.
prends partie 1.
Voilà. On est là, oui.
Oui, on est là.
Pédagogie sensible aux gens.
Oui.
Enseignement, apprentissage. Entrée. Recharge. Pédagogie sens. Bon, peut-être que tu as dû faire une petite erreur de manipulation tout à l'heure. Tu vois que c'est ça, non?
Oui. Bon, génial, parce que
OK.
là, OK.
OK, ça nous rassure. Parce que non, il peut aussi arriver qu'on confonde les contenus. Ouais, donc c'est possible, c'est normal. Il peut arriver qu'à l'intérieur, au lieu de décharger l'activité en anglais, en français, on charge en anglais, donc on aurait corrigé aussi, si ça avait été le cas.
Mais peut-être que c'est seulement le premier lien donc, qui est resté en anglais ou comme tu peux voir le gender responsive qui est resté attends. Parce que c'est la même session comme tu peux voir, mais bon là ça me dit accès restreint.
Oui, parce que je pense que c'est bon. Là, c'est bon. Oui, je pense que c'est bon. Hein, parce que là, gender, pas tout. OK. It's OK, hein, I think.
Je vais mettre note pour commencer depuis le début, peut-être.
Ouais, pour commencer depuis le début.
Ouais.
OK.
Tu vois, c'était à ce contenu-là que j'avais accès. C'est la même session, comme tu vois.
Voilà.
Voilà. Mais bon, si le premier cours est en français, je pense que le reste va être remis à jour après. Voilà.
C'est ça, c'est bon. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, José.
OK, après le partage.
Oui.
OK. Je ne sais pas, le cours en français, Betty et Ndé, je ne sais pas si vous avez réussi.
Moi, j'ai réussi. Adama a réussi. Je suis allée dans l'onglet français. Quand j'ai cliqué, le problème s'est décanté.
Ah, allez-y voir, pardon. Est-ce que Betty a réussi aussi? Parce que je suis un peu...
Je l'ai appelé pour le lui dire.
Dear colleagues, I think we can wrap up on the practice, on the simulation, and as I said earlier, we can come back some other time and we can do the full course, and we can take the training, the completed training certificates with your full name, so that you can also use it as part of your professional development certificate. So maybe Stanley, I don't know how we want us to proceed, but I think let us open the floor for the feedback.
Yes, please.
Yes, so colleagues, you are welcome to unmute yourself and provide us feedback on what you have seen from the platform, what works well, and what challenged you, and if there's something that we need to improve in relation to the navigation process, and as well as also the way it is designed and so on. You can raise your hand so that I can give you the floor, or you can unmute and speak. Yes, Mariam? Mariam, you can unmute yourself. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to give feedback that I think for me it was very interesting. I found it rather simple to log in, and I completed the first part. I got my certificate, completed the second one, and got my final certificate. So, and I find that the fact that you have questions after every session, and then it does not allow you to go to the next page if you haven't finished the questions. So I find it very easy to use, and yeah, I think I'm excited. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Marian. And yes, it won't allow you to go to the next level. So that's somehow the monitoring mechanism to make sure that people really take the course So Priscilla, over to you.
Oui, merci. J'ai trouvé l'application très pratique. Ce n'est pas difficile. Au début, bon, c'était difficile d'accès parce qu'on n'avait pas les codes, mais je pense que la navigation est aisée. J'avais juste une préoccupation au niveau de la première partie. Au sommaire, au point 12, on dit qu'il y a une ressource qu'on peut télécharger. Le lien est visible, mais lorsqu'on clique sur l'onglet, on n'arrive pas à avoir accès au téléchargement du document sur la GRP. C'était juste l'observation que je voulais faire, mais dans l'ensemble, le logiciel me semble être pratique. La plateforme n'est pas difficile d'accès ni difficile de navigation. Et vraiment, merci pour cette séance. Ça nous a permis vraiment de pratiquer, surtout de pratiquer et d'apprécier la navigation. Merci.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jerusalem.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So, Betty?
Voilà, merci beaucoup. Merci. Merci pour votre patience, hein, parce que vous avez été patient avec moi, avec les quelques difficultés que j'ai rencontrées au début de la connexion. Et j'ai trouvé l'application, c'est pas la première fois, parce que j'avais participé à la première, à la formation, je pense, au mois de juin dernier. Et c'est très bien, c'est très attractif, et puis c'est très instructif. Et vraiment, c'est pas difficile aussi à utiliser. Mais malheureusement, j'ai pas pu arriver au terme pour pouvoir avoir la certification. Maintenant, je voulais avoir demandé des questions. Est-ce qu'on peut utiliser, en dehors des moments de la formation, est-ce qu'on peut utiliser la plateforme pour nous exercer?
Okay, thank you, Betty. And maybe two things. On downloading aspect that Priscilla was asking, we don't make the PowerPoints to be downloaded. That is for the purpose of also, being secured so that the training modules will not be plagiarized and so on. But the module itself, you can download that one and you can use it. And this training platform, yes, you can use it for the training, and maybe Stanley can come later on and we can discuss on the way forward on how to use this platform at your institutions or when you provide training for the others in GRP and so on. So yes, it's possible. It's very possible, and that's mainly the aim of the platform itself.
Merci.
I would like to add something.
Merci.
Yeah. J'ai compris aussi dans la question de Betty, c'est elle qui a dit que le guide même au niveau de l'introduction même du cours n'est pas téléchargeable. C'est ça, non? C'est ça que tu disais, Betty?
Oui, est-ce qu'on peut télécharger ça, utiliser ça en dehors même de...
Le guide, vous dites le guide, non? À la première page.
I think Betty was saying that the presentation cannot be downloaded. I don't know.
The guide. She said the guide at the beginning of the course, Jerusalem. That one should be downloadable, right?
Yes, the guide must be downloaded. Otherwise, we can link them to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think that we can correct it. If the link currently is not downloadable, we can correct it.
Yes.
That one we can do it. On va le corriger, Betty, c'est ça, si c'est le cas.
Okay, c'est bon, alors.
Yes, and yes, it's good. And we gave the floor for Dorothy, and then I can see Octavian, but first for Dorothy, then Octavian for their feedbacks.
All right. Thank you so much. It's actually a quick go-through process and easier I like the way it has systematically been organized. It makes it quick to go through. When I tried the second part, and towards the end, at the time of matching, I am stuck. The question is asking us to match the types of sRGBV with correct category. I match them, but I'm trying to go to the next. It doesn't move. It tells me to first finish, yet I think I have finished, but when I try to submit, it says you must answer the question to continue. So I don't know what happens in that case. If somebody...
Okay, for those questions, then we have just to take your remark and then try to see if something needs to be updated there. You should be able to match and then move to the next step. So you have to we are taking note and we will revise it. Which page is that? Which slide? Can you anyway? Do you know the number of slides for us to go directly to the? Which number? Have you noted it down?
No, I cannot see the slide number.
But it is types of GBV, right?
Yes, please match the types of GBV. Yeah.
Okay. Types of GBV.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who I think I mentioned somebody's name. Sorry.
Octavian.
Octavian. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. To me, I was just suffering from the poor connection, but when I managed to reach to the system, I find it so interesting, so easy to practice, and I managed to do the first part. But I think due to the internet connection, I couldn't make it to the second part. But I think if we have more time to practice, it's going to be so easy to us. Just that.
Okay, thank you, Octavian. And anyone else?
I think there's just one comment from Neema,
Yes.
who says you just need more practice, but otherwise she just indicates that we just need to practice more to get used and to be prompt in using the digitalized content, which is a good remark, I think. We
Yes.
all need to continue practicing so that we are able to utilize this particular platform, even in our training. As the question was initially posed, can we use this platform for training? Yes, the whole idea is behind it is for you to be able to grasp the platform so that you can be able to train other people on how to utilize this particular platform. And also administer training using the same platform. Yes.
Yes. And I think one thing that we can stress is maybe after this session, the good thing on the self-paced one, you can do it anytime. And when you have a spare minute time, even 10 minutes, when you have 10 minutes, you can log into some and you can continue where you left off. So it won't be a problem. So maybe it's good if you all connect with your real credential, as I said, with your full name, and you complete the course, and you can download the certificate. So that will also help you to get what you deserved, actually. That is a certificate, I think. After spending all this, I think it's very important if you have the certificate. Yeah. So that we really need to practice. And if you have any question, you can also reach us via email and so on. If there is no question, I think it's better if we conclude, but I give the floor for Stanley for the next steps, what we shall do and how we can mainstream or work together with our institutions in this regard.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Jerusalem. Much appreciated. I think that has been a very interesting session. We've managed to go through the portal and see what is there, what is in store for us. I think as it was finally mentioned that we need to do a little bit more of practice One thing that I need to mention before we actually leave, I would like to request that each and every one of you, if you did not see your name, if you did not get an ID and a password to use, please drop your name and email address on the chat. Please drop your email address on the chat so that at least we can pick that up and make sure we get each one of you your own credentials to be able to do the course. Then you get a certificate with your name. As part of the next steps, maybe one of the things to mention is that part of this project was looking into making sure at least we extend the GRP training as far wide as possible. And there's some countries that had already been earmarked to make sure at least they identify key stakeholders in their countries. And the key stakeholders in this case, we are meaning ministries of education and teacher training college leads, at least to be able to administer this particular tool to them so that they can be able to use it. Then there will be a stage where at least we'll be expecting you to bring these people together, these key stakeholders who've been identified. You'll be bringing them together and training them on how to use this particular system. So please feel free at any point in time. We shall be giving the timelines in an email that follows, but please feel free at any point in time to reach out. Where you feel uncomfortable using the system, please feel free to reach out. We are available to support so that you can be able to use the tool moving forward to administer GRP in your various countries. Okay. Okay. That having been said, I think that was a part that I had in terms of the concluding remarks, as I also pose a big thank you for you making the time to join the session. We truly, truly appreciate, and we hope that you shall continue to utilize the system as we go forward. Thank you. Anything from your end, Jerusalem, Jose?
Yes, Stanley, thank you very much. And from my end, I really want to encourage participants to use this platform when they provide the training. And if they are really from the, also, especially if they are from the teacher training institutions, and if they have an opportunity to use it in the training institutions, we can also avail these kind of sessions for a larger group of their colleagues, and we can aware them or brief them so that they can also make sure that the pre-service teachers are well equipped with this training, and we are available to support also at the country level cascade if they plan and organize sessions.
Great.
Maybe, can I, Stanley?
Yes, please, Jose.
Yeah, just to emphasize on what Stanley said, Stanley also mentioned that one of the objective objective of this session is that all of you who are here now in the training should finally complete this training and receive your certificate. So the idea is that really after this, all those who have any issues should get in touch with us. You have our contacts, so that we support you throughout the process of getting your real credential with your name, connect, complete the course, and get a certificate. And as you can see, Mariam, for example, said that she already completed the 2-part and get her certificate. So it's not like something difficult. So please let us make sure that you will be like this this technical team that master this new version of the course, and that can really support the cascading training in your context. So please let us make sure that all of you who are here now definitely complete the course and get your certificate. Thank you. Over to you, Stanley.
Thank you very much, Jose. So we look forward to engaging with you further as you engage with the system. And also as well, just to mention, in your countries, we are hoping that you will engage with the UNICEF partners within your country offices as well, as the partners also helping run this particular project. Please make sure you get in touch with them when you're doing your trainings, so that they can also see how to support, including UNESCO as well. Please make sure you get in touch with them as well, so that you see how they can be able to support in your various country offices.